What is up, everyone? It's me, Jrod, the filmmaker, former film major, frequent fighting gamer from Philadelphia. And guys, it's cold right now. It's actually snowing currently, but I got a trailer here that is about to warm it up a little bit. I got a hot trailer right here. I can't wait. And the funny thing is, when I think about, I like to reminisce on this channel often. And I was going back and I was looking at my first Mortal Kombat video, which was only 2 years ago. It was 2019, February 2019, so almost 2 years ago to the date. And yeah, I was a fan of Mortal Kombat. I had played X before 11 came out, but 11 was the first game, that I pre-ordered it. I followed all the DLC. I made videos for it throughout the life cycle, and I was literally just playing it before I came down here to shoot this reaction. So I'm still playing it. I'm gonna play it a lot more because I'm playing with new characters and new variations, and yeah, it's still fun to learn. But this video is not about Mortal Kombat the game. This video is about Mortal Kombat the movie. I'm a channel, I'm a filmmaker. I graduated from film school. I have a degree in film. I love films and I react to films all the time, and I also play Mortal Kombat all the time. So it's like the perfect combination of the things that I love, and I can't wait to react to this trailer. But before I get into it, one more thing is that these trailers are usually like a relay race for content creators. As soon as they go up, you want to do your reaction ASAP. As soon as you can, you want to get it rendered and get it uploaded as soon as you can, because the first couple reactions to get up there get a lot of attention. They get a lot more views because, right after someone watches the trailer, they want to see how everyone else is feeling about the trailer. So usually when I do like a Mortal Kombat character reaction or a reveal reaction, I try to shoot it, edit it, and upload it as fast as possible. With this video, I'm not going to do that. I'm trying something new, and it's an idea I had for a while, but I'm thinking it's 2021, why not try it now? And it's called First and Final. And there's going to be a video where I compare my first reaction to something to my final thoughts on something. So the first reaction will be a reaction to the first reveal trailer. The final thoughts will be a review of the final full film after I get to see it. And Mortal Kombat is going to be so easy to do because this trailer is coming out in February and the final film is coming out in April. So it's only 2 months later. And I feel like, a lot of people are going to have these reactions up. You're going to see a lot of reactions. But I really want to compare how do I feel in the moment before I know anything about it to now that I know everything about it, I'm done. How do I rate the film? And what is the difference between that first and final reaction? So that is the gist of it. I'm going to try to do it a lot more after this, but this is the first episode, first trial run of First and Final. So without further ado, I need to get into this trailer because, guys, I am hyped. I'm nervous. I don't know what to expect, but I'm also excited. The Mortal Kombat official restricted trailer. So let's get right into it. 3, 2, 1. That red band. Make sure it's turned on.
First learned about this 7 years ago. On a mission in Brazil to capture a wanted fugitive.
Jags versus Sub.
When we got there, they tore through our unit in seconds.
I was about to say, I think this means...
The target has
it's crazy how I had that thought, and then it literally just happened. Like if Jax is fighting Sub-Zero,
marking you do, Cole.
Then
it's a birthmark.
It's probably a wrap for Jax.
It's not a birthmark, Cole.
And then we got Cole Young, this new guy. Is he a new guy?
Different cultures all over the world.
Is he a new guy is the question.
Reference a great tournament.
Sonya.
Of champions. That dragon marking?
Scorpion. Okay, so this is
an
Hanzo pre-Scorpion.
To fight for something known.
Ooh.
As Mortal Kombat.
This is looking good. I'm gonna keep it a B.
I'm Sonya. That's Kano.
I'm Liu Kang.
Name's Jax.
Kung Lao.
All characters we've pretty much seen before, except for Raiden.
The fate of Earth is in our hands.
Oh, the arms look good. The effects look great.
No matter how many of my people you put in the ground,
Bro, this is good. Melina.
You will not fail.
Shao? That literally looked like a Shao Kahn model right out of MK11. Yo, Goro! Yo, this is actually hype. Who was that? Was that like a flashback dude?
I am Sub-Zero.
No, that was nice.
Get over here!
Okay. Okay.
Finish them!
Dang.
Kano wins. You fucking beauty.
That was a lot. That was a lot all in once. I'm gonna run it back with the volume down, and I'm gonna talk about what my first impressions are of Mortal Kombat. And here's the thing. It looks good to me. It looks actually great. Because it's a thin line, you know. It's you're skating on thin ice. It's a hard hill to climb, metaphorically, to make this Mortal Kombat movie to where you're creating something brand new for audiences that may not have ever known about Mortal Kombat, and you're also making something to appeal to the fans that know everything about Mortal Kombat at the same time. So there has to be some adaptation. There has to be some changes, some readaptation. Like, they haven't shown Katana yet, so we have no idea if Katana is in it, but we saw a couple new characters this time, like Melina in action, Goro. We saw Goro. We saw a glimpse of Shao Kahn, but I don't know if that was just a statue or a model, because it didn't look like a human. It looked like a full CGI model of Shao. But I mean, it looks good, bro. It looks like a real, like, kung fu movie with some great special effects and, you know, that little extra hint of, you could call them powers, mystical, magical sort of elements to push it further and make it something new and something different. And I feel like they're going to go with a story that we already know and at the same time give us a new story. They have to do both at the same time. I think they're going to do it. Like, we're getting the story of the tournament. We're going to get people who don't know anything about the tournament, like Jax and Sonya. Probably not Liu and Kung Lao. They probably already know. But different people, different outsiders coming in. They're investigating this case, but they end up actually falling into the rules of the tournament. They end up entering the tournament, having to fight these different people in Mortal Kombat. The story of the first movie, but just over again, different, fresh, and new. And that's the thing about, like, a character like Cole Young. They are trying to tell us that Cole Young is a new character, but I'm going to keep it honest on my first impressions of Cole Young. I think it's Johnny. I think it's a reinterpretation of Johnny. It's a Heidi, a new name for Johnny. Because he's a fighter. Like, that's the part where they change it. Like, Johnny Cage was an actor. He was a stunt actor, but he does have a background in martial arts. He did actually know some martial arts, and he does secretly have some powers. This dude, Cole Young, is a fighter, a boxer, maybe a MMA fighter. I don't know really what they're trying to go for. But he basically has all the markings of Johnny Cage. He's the unsuspecting, normal, seemingly normal guy who falls into the tournament. He meets up with Sonya first of all, before anyone else. He had a daughter visible in this, this new trailer, this new reality, for whatever reason. I think this is the makings of Johnny Cage, but just a reinterpretation of Johnny Cage. And maybe there will be some steps taken to make him closer to the likeness of Johnny Cage, or maybe they're just saying, nah, we're going to tear that down and completely redo it for this movie to give it something fresh and new. Either way, I don't really care. You know, I'm not too precious about any of these characters to where I don't care if they reinterpret Melina. I don't care if they reinterpret Shao Kahn. I don't care if they reinterpret anyone, as long as it makes a good story and a good movie at the end of the day. And something that's new. And it's not just the old Mortal Kombat movie or the story of Mortal Kombat 9 redone in live action. And I don't think that's what it is. It looks like something new, something fresh and familiar at the same time. It looks good to me. So my first impressions is I can't wait to watch the rest of Mortal Kombat. I think it looks great, and I'm excited for it. I don't know how long I was going for the first impressions, but we still got to get my final reaction and final review. So the next time you see me, it will be 2 months from the future of this video. April 16th, I will actually be a year older when you're watching that part as opposed to this part. So happy belated future birthday to me. And yeah, let's see what I have to think about the final reaction, final review of this film. Yes, it's me. I'm back. I'm 1 year older, as a year did not pass between me recording the reaction and me recording this final review, but my birthday was in between there, so I am older than I was when I shot that last part. And also, that's not even the most important part. I just watched the Mortal Kombat 2021 movie. I finally watched it. It's out. It is on. It came on HBO Max at 3 a.m. last night. I wasn't staying up, so instead I just woke up early and checked it out. And guys, I got a lot of thoughts about this movie, but before I get into, I'm going to get into spoilers later, and I will give you guys the full spoiler warning, but before then, I'll give you guys my spoiler-free review. Just a short of what I thought about the movie. And guys, I loved the movie. I loved it so much, like more than I even expected to love it. And after I watched the trailer, I knew I would love it. But the movie was even better than I expected. It felt so fun. It felt like going to the theaters and watching a brand new movie, even though there are characters that are familiar, and I was excited to see Easter eggs and characters I didn't expect. But still, it was like watching a brand new story. It was a brand new take, so I was still excited about who these new characters are, how they work, how the world works this time around. And maybe there's some slight changes between this and the old movie from 95, I believe. But yeah, so my spoiler-free review of the movie is that it was really good. In the first 16 minutes of the movie, I already knew. I was like, yes, this is it. And prior to this, there was a lot of, there were extra trailers that came out. There was behind the scenes meeting the cast. They dropped the first 7 minutes a couple days before the movie came out, but I didn't watch any of that, okay? I just watched the very first trailer, and then I watched maybe some cast interviews here and there, but just the very first trailer, and then I watched the final film. But I watched that first trailer over and over and over again. And I'm going to admit that I was wrong about who Cole Young is. I was actually wrong twice. First, I thought that it was a new edgy reboot of Johnny Cage. Then I thought it was Scorpion's son Satoshi, but it was neither of those. I was close with the second one. I won't spoil it until I get into the spoilers, but yeah, I was wrong twice, so I will admit it. And Cole Young was like the main new thing of this whole film. He was the character that nobody really knew about, so he was our perspective. He was our way in. He was the audience's eyes, basically. And I really liked Cole Young. I felt like his motivations were realistic. His arc and his character dynamics with his family, they were also realistic. When it got to his powers, I feel like, it was like a mixture of some stuff that we've seen before, like maybe Metallic Tremor or Jax's new heat mechanic. But I feel like the character overall really did work in this world, in this sense, and all the characters worked well together, I'll be honest. And the one thing that I was surprised about is the fact that all of this, is this still non-spoiler? I guess it's still non-spoiler, but all of this was pre-tournament. There was no tournament yet, no tournament arc, so there's still a lot more content for future movies. The next one could just go right into the first tournament and then, do the same thing where they give us some new unexpected things and some old stuff that we were expecting just reintroduced. And that's what I talked about in my first reaction, was that it's a task to be able to give us something that's brand new and something that's familiar at the same time. And I felt like they handled it so well. And the final movie, it was so well. It was so good. So yeah, now I'm going to get into spoilers if I haven't already. If I look down at my phone, it's because I didn't take notes, but I was tweeting during the whole thing. So this is your official spoiler warning, and we're going to get into spoilers right now. But I'm not going to spoil everything. I just want to talk about the fact that the Sub-Zero and Scorpion storyline was done so well. Joe Taslim's Sub-Zero is so sick, and I cannot wait for him to come back as a noob Cybot. And then Hanzo and then Scorpion was done so well. He had a lot less screen time, but I feel like because of that little screen time, he was really impactful. And the story, even though he wasn't there the whole time, the story was about him. It was about that Scorpion Sub-Zero fight that has been going on for centuries, for ages, and will continue to go on. And they handled it so well as mixing in, you know, other characters like Jax's origin and Sonya's origin, I guess, Kano's sort of origin. And then, you know, changing it up. You know, there was like the fact that Kano might be dead. So we might not get Kano in the next movie, but maybe he'll be cyberized and come back. Also, a lot of other characters might be dead. Raiko. He doesn't have a head, so I'm pretty sure he's dead. We got Melina, who might be dead. Almost everyone. Natara came in, and I was so hyped. She looked so good, and she died so fast. Literally flawless victory, which is so cool when you can do it in a video game, but when you do it in the movie, it seems so sad. You died without even being able to touch your opponent. And then some good guys died too, like Kung Lao. Like, what? Because I was gone. What are they going to do about that? But the thing is that I don't know what they're going to do for the next couple movies, but I am hyped to see it. They gave you just enough to hook you. They gave you a full story beginning to end. But, yeah. So I don't know what they're going to do with the next movies, but I know they're going to do something, and I know that I want to be there to see it because they did such a good job with this first movie, guys. The fight scenes were amazing. The initial fight scene, Hanzo versus Kuai Liang, or versus Bihan, sorry. Hanzo versus Bihan, and then the later fight scenes where it was like the good guys getting beat up at first, and then later the good guys regaining themselves and fighting their one-on-ones. Every one of those fight scenes was well done. All the special effects are really good. Like Sub-Zero's effects, amazing. Scorpion's effects, amazing. Cabal's effects, amazing. Melina's, amazing. And Melina did have her reveal, you know, that teeth reveal that everyone was waiting for, and it was so sick. So I don't, like, what else can I say about the movie? I don't think I need to say much else because my final opinion of this film is it's so good. It was handled so well that it really... it's good for those people who don't know anything about Mortal Kombat and those people who feel like they know everything about Mortal Kombat. It really towed the line. It gave us a fun, fresh, new story. And I'm definitely going to watch this way more than just the one time. But I might even go get a ticket and see it in theaters because that is how good this movie was. But that is going to be it. You got my first reaction. You got my final thoughts of the Mortal Kombat 2021 movie. It has been a long journey these 2 years, but I'm so happy that I've been on it. And there's so much more to come. There's going to be more movies. There's going to be more video games. So I'm just so happy to be, you know, doing this stuff on my channel. Oh, and I got this right here. This is my copy of Mortal Kombat 11. No disc in it because it's still in my Xbox because I'm still playing it to this day.
To this day!
But before I leave, I just want to say I hope we can get some DLC from this movie because it was so sick. I want to play Cole Young 100%. I will main him if they drop him. And yeah, let's get some of those sick skins. Sub-Zero looked amazing on camera. Scorpion looked amazing on camera. Melina looked amazing. Everyone looked amazing in this movie. So props to everyone involved. The writers, most off, because they wrote an original, fresh take and made a beautiful story. But shout out to the directors. All of the actors, the cast and crew, you guys did an amazing job with Mortal Kombat. And I'm going to call it here. I feel like sometimes Mortal Kombat fandom gets a bad rap. They're a little toxic. They're a little much sometimes. But I feel like everyone, the majority of people, are going to love this movie because it really did all these characters justice. Just like I love it. If everyone doesn't love it, who cares? I love it, and I'll watch it 100 more times for them. So that's going to be it for this one. My first episode of First and Final. Like, comment, subscribe. Tell me how you feel. Tell me if you like this new show format idea or if you want me to just go back to doing reactions when they come out in reviews later. But that's going to be it. So tell me how you feel about the Mortal Kombat movie. If you haven't seen it, go check it out in theaters and on HBO Max. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out. Tell me if you feel me.
Fail the mission, you die.
If we find out any information you give us is false, you die.
If we find out you have personalized license plates, you die.
What? No.
If you cough without covering your mouth.
Hardly. Although that isn't an open invitation for you to cough without covering your mouth.
Yeah, no, that last one is pretty spot on.
How much listen to?
You're the leader. You're supposed to be decisive.
And I've decided that